Hello everybody. I have no clue when I will upload this because I have a habit of uploading videos like, 4 or 5 months after I actually film them. But today is New Year's Day. It is, what time is it? It is 12:30 a.m. on January 1st. Yes, it is. The ball just dropped not too long ago, and about half an hour ago I actually just took an exam because I was remediating a class that I failed in medical school. Because yes, it happens. And I'm gonna get into how it happened, what happened, all that good stuff. But I just really kind of wanted to get this off my chest while a lot of these feelings are still fresh. A lot of the stresses are still there, even though the immediate threat is kind of gone. So yeah, let's chat about it a little bit. Why not? So as many of y'all already know, my transition into medical school was not all that smooth. Yeah, so I was still doing all the things that I normally did in life, not giving like my full dedication to medical school and like not just hunkering down and studying. So I think that's it. And also just med school is hard, and also transitioning into medical school is hard. So like all of those things piled up, and before I knew it, I wasn't doing that well on exams. I failed the first exam, which you already saw a video on that one, and that whole experience. Then I did fine for the second and third exam. But then once we got to the fourth exam, when we were talking about the head and neck and all the cranial nerves and the foramen and all that good stuff, see, I know it now, and you'll find out why in a minute. Yeah, I bombed that one too. That didn't go well. Yeah, so I ended the course and things were fine, or so I thought. And about a month went by, and each week I was just kind of like, I wonder if I passed that class. And each time I was about to say, at least we passed, at least we got that P equals MD crap. I kind of stopped myself. I was like, because I'm not like 100% sure if I passed that class or not. And then sure enough, but eventually I calmed myself down because I'm just like, you know what? 2 weeks later, they would have told me by now. 3 weeks later, they would have told me by now if I failed. And then about almost a month later, they told me, they dropped the hammer as I was already like almost halfway through the second course of my medical school experience, which is like molecular and cellular genomics and all that stuff. I remember it was after the second exam. I was doing really well on that exam, and I was so happy to finally get like a good grade in medical school. And then I got an email that I failed structures, and that one hurt. I wasn't sure how to process that one, because failing an exam is one thing, but failing an entire class in medical school, bruh. Yeah, so those were some dark days, but after a while I was just like, you know what, it's all right, we'll get through it, we'll get over it. Yeah, so what happened was I talked to the learning specialists, a bunch of people, and we made a plan that I was going to remediate those exams that I failed, because I failed 2 exams, the first one and the last one for structures. And I was just gonna the plan was, they told me that I had a week to review all the content and then take 2 short exams for those exams that I failed. So I could have done it over summer break, but I'm just kind of like, you know what, I want to do this. I want to get it over with. I want to move on with my life so I can, do research stuff in the summer, learn things and actually stay on track. So that was a rough one. So I decided that the best time to do it, I decided this a little bit later, would be during my winter break. I'm going to take a week then and just remediate. So that's what happened. I tried to remediate over winter break, but there was only one problem that happened with that. Okay, so what happens with my school is we have a window of time in which we can take our exams. So my final exam opened on December 17th, which was a Friday, and it closed on December 22nd. So I was studying, I was working my ass off. Like once I found out that I failed structures, I'm like, I'm not failing another course in medical school. So I hunkered down, I started studying seriously. I kind of put other things on hold, hence why you don't see a lot of YouTube videos within that span of time. And I got serious. And so when it came time for finals week, which was like, the last, like the second and third week of December, I was studying hard. But I also got COVID that week. So they kind of shuttled me off. Since I live in a dorm, they shuttled me off to like an isolation housing situation. And it was a lot. It was a lot of changes. It's a whole story that I'm not even gonna get into. But long story short, I ended up missing out on 2 days of studying because I had to be moved multiple times. to different locations for different reasons I'm just not going to get into. And also I felt like crap for one of those days because COVID hit me hard for a good 14, 15 hours. So I lost out on those 2 days, and so I didn't end up taking my actual final until the 22nd of December, which was the last day, that morning. That was the last time that we were able to actually take that exam. So here I am on the 22nd of December, and I'm just like, crap, today's the day that I have to start my remediation because I get 1 week to do this. And I'm like, if I do this right, I can be done by the 29th of December, and I can have at least a little mini winter break before starting the spring semester, which we start in about 2 days on Monday, January 3rd. So that was the plan, and I was ready. I was ready to go. I turned in my final. It took a few hours. I was just gonna relax. I recorded a video that I uploaded about, my first failure in medical school with that first exam. And I was just chilling. And then I got an email about how I failed the class that I just was in. And I was like, what do you mean I failed this class? I passed all the exams. I hunkered down. I studied. And I was like, there must be a mistake somewhere. But they really were trying to fail me in this class as well. But yeah, eventually that got sorted out and that got straightened out, and I was able to just continue on, and it turns out I didn't fail that class, and yay, woohoo. But yeah, what a mess. So I finally moved back here to my dorm where I was able to start studying for my remediation. So I decided that what I was gonna do a divide and conquer. That is a plan that I set up with my learning specialist, and she's amazing. And basically we're just I'm gonna attack block 4 first, the head and neck and all the cranial nerves and all that stuff, since that was my weak spot, and I failed that by quite a bit. And then we'll go back to block 1, which was talking about back muscles, chest muscles, things like that, which I only failed that exam by 1 point. So I was like, that's not too bad. So that was the plan. So it's been exactly 8 days since I started remediation, and since then I've been through just about 40 something lectures, about 2,500 Anki cards, and a lot of just reading and pain. In the last 8 days, I've kind of left my place maybe once. And on that time, I actually did run into some friends, so that was kind of cool. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Miles. Yeah, they caught me in the supermarket while I was waiting online. But it's been rough. It has been a really rough week. I studied all through Christmas Eve and all through Christmas Day. I was here. And I ended up taking that first exam, when was it? Tuesday. So a few days ago on the 28th. And I passed. I more than passed. I did well. I did really well. I got a 90 or something like that. Better get a 90. It's the second time seeing the material. But regardless, yeah, I got that out of the way. And then for the second exam, I immediately started on Tuesday. I couldn't take any breaks, didn't have time for that. And I immediately started studying for block 1. And I planned to take that exam actually Saturday, which technically is today. So later on in the day, January 1st. But I got to a point where I'm just I'm tired after studying nonstop since finals week, then going straight into remediation, and then now I just have not had a winter break. I turned on the TV because it was New Year's Eve tonight, and I see the ball ready to drop and all these people out and all the highlights of the year going by, and I'm just you know what, I'm tired. I'm not bringing this exam with me. I'm not bringing structures with me into the new year. I'm over structures. I'm done with structures. So I just you know what, those episodes on the TV, they motivated me. I said, I'm gonna take this exam, and I took it. I sat down because I had 30 minutes for 10 questions on block 1. I sat down, I took it, I got an 80. It was great. The moment that I submitted my exam and I got my score, I saw that I passed. So I passed both of the short exams that kind of encapsulated my remediation for structures, and it was nice. But I think also just the fact that it feels like coming up for fresh air. It feels like finally poking my head out the sand and seeing that, oh shit, I missed Christmas Eve. I missed Christmas. I missed New Year's Eve, and today's New Year's Day, and I'm just here. So it's just kind of I want to scream because I'm happy, but I also want to scream because I'm just nobody's here, which is fine. But since the last semester has been really rough, I've always been the type of person that I like to be by myself. I enjoy times when it's quiet and stuff like that. But the last few weeks have been really rough between getting COVID, the isolation situation, remediation, and like spending holidays alone, it has been a little bit rough. So I'm not gonna lie about that part. But tomorrow I get to go outside, I get to go buy candles, and I'm just gonna be looking forward to that. It's just nice to have a break now. I get today, which is Saturday technically, and tomorrow off before we start immunology and I think pathology on Monday. And for the last few months I've been saying I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna get a candle, and I just haven't really had the opportunity because it's just been study. But guess what? Tomorrow I'm gonna go buy that candle from the store. Gonna walk across the park and buy a candle. Yeah, so I made this video because like failure happens in medical school and like people don't talk about it, and like the amount of support that I got from my last video was just amazing and like insane. So I want to thank y'all for like following me on this journey and like being so supportive. So I just want to thank y'all for being there. And if you are struggling with something right now, just know that it won't last forever. Like there is a way through it. But definitely like your feelings are valid. I feel that. So instead of rambling some more, I'm gonna head out and enjoy this new 2022. Woohoo! Yeah, I wonder what I'm gonna think about this video when I look back on it 10 years from now. It's gonna be so interesting. But yeah, again, thank you for following me. Thank you for supporting. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you next time. I'm not gonna say next year because it's already next year. I kind of missed that train, but I'll see you soon.